that we want to put back in print and make those available to anybody who wants to order them. We'd like to have these t-shirts become the fashion rage around the country, okay? We would like to have maybe our own physical property. That could happen, but it's only going to happen if all of us participate. As I said before, this camp does not belong to me. It doesn't belong to Mrs. Harper. It belongs to all of us. We actually talked about issuing shares and stocks, and someone said you can't do that because we're an unincorporated association. So we're not a corporation, and we don't plan to be. As you heard our speaker, State Rep Dan Itza talk about it. But the first thing I want to tell you is that when you leave camp, you get excited on the ride home and you sing songs, and after a couple of days you get busy with the rest of the summer and school, and you might forget about Camp Constitution. Well folks, the best promotional piece we have for this camp isn't a nice flyer or a fancy DVD. It's you and your experiences. Now, we have a Facebook page, and if you don't use Facebook, I'm not telling you to go on Facebook. I respect you, the right for you not to do that. But if you're inclined to do it, we have actually 2 Facebook pages. We want to merge it into one. We got a new webmaster. He formed one at like a national level, and we kept our local one, and one day we'll merge it when we figure out how we do it. But you can post your experiences, because if I see Camp Constitution, befriend this, you know how a lot of people friend these different and no one even looks at the page. Right? This is a source of income for us. And we actually did get some income as a result of my little fundraising appeal. But if they see lots of young people have a great experience, they're more apt to help out, won't they? They're more apt to have, hey, maybe we can do something like that here in the Midwest or the South or the Southwest or the Northwest. And as I said, when we first started this program this week, we had several inquiries of folks who wanted to start something like Camp Constitution. And then a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, we got in touch with some of our some folks who've been involved with the camp program in the South, and they want to do something next year. So you see what we're starting here, folks? This should be exciting, like the beginning stage of something very, very big, and you're all part of it, if you participate. Not just to come at camp, as good as that is. We also have a website. It's called campconstitution.us, and I just want to review it really quickly. You will see something called Camp Sponsors over here. Right, by the way, this someone said to me, why did you use this painting? Why don't you use the signing of the Constitution? This is actually a painting by Jonathan Trumbull of the Declaration of Independence. And this gentleman right here, John Adams, didn't like the painting when he saw it. He thought it was not correct, but he was there. But I think it's very motivational. Yeah, that's on our T-shirt, okay? And look at this. Our motto, honoring the past. Do we honor the past here this week? Do you think so?
Yes.
Okay. Teaching the present. Do we do that?
Yes.
How about preparing the future?
Yes.
The future leaders in this wonderful freedom movement. And by the way, there's no end to the movement. We do it until we... One of our speakers last year, Sam Blumenfeld, he's 84 years old. He said, I do it till I drop. He said, because I don't play golf. See? So... It isn't a question of what will happen in our lifetimes or not. The fact is we're going to be here until the Lord takes us home. Okay? So, you scroll down here. If I can scroll down here. And this is something that you folks can do. See where it says Camp Sponsor? Right? Now, everybody who participates in the camp, if you have a business, we want you to, if you want to, we want you to put your business on there. Okay? Someone comes to our website and they say, what's this about? Who's sponsoring this organization? And they see 500 sponsors. Are they impressed by that?
Sure.
From all over the country?
Yes.
You see the first one is our great John Birch Shap is in New York, Albany, New York. And you see Bill McNally, Amsel Oil. That's Brianna's grandpa. Socha Signs. These signs are made by one of our good members. They're beautiful. And he donates this, okay? One of our members that helps give us literature. He owns a vitamin. He actually manufactures his own vitamins. Charlie Everett sent out cards. One of our council members of the John Birch Society from Ohio that helped make possible this camp. That's our tech guy in Chicago, PMA. Ruth Harper. Mr. Edwardson, who's an artist. He was instructor here last year. We have him there. Osgood Bradley, Alpine Environmental. What's that company doing there? This is Well of Living Water, Pastor Garrett Lear. Linda Everett has a business, Reverend Crafts organization. One of our donors, New England Copy Specialist. We have a man, by the way, if you have any autographed books, and autographed by politicians and military people. Mr. Lay, he's a collector. He's given us about $2,000 in the last year and a half from material that I've been able to find. And I said to him, if we ever start a museum, could I get this stuff back? He said, you get it all back. So I said, you're actually paying us to hold it, okay? One of our good members in Central Massachusetts, John Savvy, has a real estate business. United Union of Roofers, and that was Melanie's dad, who's, by the way, Melanie wrote me a letter. She said, can you, maybe we'll get this union to sponsor us. So I wrote a nice little letter, and within about a week we got a response. Yeah, we'll be happy to sponsor the camp. A member of ours that has a landscape business, one of our members in Connecticut. If you have any old saxophones, give them a call, okay? Karen Whalen, Mrs. Whalen has Committees of Safety. It's a great organization. She's one of the sponsors. We have a lady up in Maine who owns an AM, FM shortwave radio. And guess what? There's room for lots more. So what we tell people is $100 more a month, a year, excuse me. You can be a sponsor. If you have an uncle or a relative or a neighbor that would like to have his, and it's considered a business write-off, even if we're not an corporation. They still put an ad in something. It's a way to help our program, and we need money year-round, folks. It's not just we get the receipt. We do information tables. We sponsor speakers. A lot of other things that we do, and we want to publish things as well. And promote the camp. We did a little bit of promotion this year. We had some radio ads, and that nice flyer, by the way. And I got 5,000, and we got almost all of them out. And it helped get a few extra people here, and it also get people to promote it. So we also have a camp store. And if you're looking for rare and out-of-print books, you can lead people to our camp store site. We have a member. It's not these books here. We have a member. Let's see if I can find it here. We have a member. You see last year's Super Campus there. What we'll do is we'll archive that, so we'll put down Super Campus of 2009 and what have you. Visit our camp store right here. Click right there. And by the way, we'll have some T-shirts in smaller sizes, and we'll probably have variations. And you guys can come up with ideas for camp T-shirts. That's what it's all about. American Bookstore. Americanist Bookstore is a gentleman down in South Carolina that I know. Oh, why am I? Okay. And it has out-of-print books and a lot of the books that are covered by Shop JBS. And we're going to work on a way where he gets a book sale from our website. The website gets the camp gets a certain percentage, okay? So these are things. Also, there's a blog, and we could actually, I need a couple of you that would volunteer to help post information up there. Okay, here we go. So you see all the different books we have. I don't know. He must have about how many more. And I notice a lot of organizations, a lot of freedom organizations. You go to their bookstore, they've got T-shirts and hats, not one book. So if you don't read, you're not going to be all that well informed. So you see all the different titles, just tons of titles that we have. So I think that's. And by the way, I'm not a tech guy. I'm looking for ideas. Camp blogs. We like to have maybe a weekly or a monthly blog, and we like to have a monthly camp newspaper, online here. These things will only happen if you folks make it happen. Okay. So I think with that, I want to now introduce our featured teacher. Yeah.
Excuse me, I don't want to
No, go
start.
ahead.
There's one last thing, because following the theme of the Hal Sherman
Please,
Super
yes,
Staff
yeah.
for Work, we have a lot of enthusiasm because the campers are really happy you're here, and we're all happy that we're here. And they wanted to present also to you. I think the cabins all have a little something. Any representatives?
Is
from
it
the cabins?
edible?
Well, only here it goes.
Oh, Billy, go. Oh, it's great. Oh, look at that.
Facility. Everybody wanted to be like six.
Oh,
Great
like-
for trip.
oh, that's wonderful.
So
Thank you so
we
much.
boys made something and everybody signed up.
Oh, that's great.
Camp picture signed by all the boys of Camp Constitution, and all the girls did the same. Thank you,
Oh,
Carol.
thank you so much. And by the way, I think this was the best camp photo we've had in all the years I've had a camp here. It's phenomenal. So thank you, folks, guys. That's what Can you put 2 of the extra photos on the table over here?
You're holding one of them.
Oh, okay. Good. How about 2? I'd like you to sign it. We have a couple of very special people that helped fund this camp, and I want to send them we all send them thank yous and pictures of the camp, but I think especially give them the whole, give them a photo of the camp. Okay, at this point, I know you've probably seen this strapping military fellow walking around camp. Who is he? Well, Bob Kingsbury, Mr. Kingsbury. I met Mr. Kingsbury in 1990.